Capricorn, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do your mid-August reading. We're going to take a look at your overall general energy, what you may not see coming, and get some important advice from Spirit. Let's get started. Thank you for tuning in, for being here with me today. I'm going to get the strongest incoming energies for you for the rest of August. And thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Capricorn. All right, let's see. The strongest incoming energies. These are big, y'all. I have to almost use different fingers to shuffle. All the decks I'm using in the reading today are asterisked in the description box below if you're curious about them. This is a newer deck I'm working with called What We've Forgotten. Powerful energies with this one, starting off the reading. Then I'm going to be working with a lot of spirit animal guidance, and we're ending off with a time traveler oracle deck. So it should be very interesting, full of unusual information here for the mid-August readings. I hope you enjoy it. Oof. Higher love was like that one to make a statement. That one was like kind of like a slam that down on the ground. You could be searching for higher love or holding on to the idealism of higher love at this time, Capricorn. Higher love. Wow. That's a beautiful image, isn't it? Wow. A lot of gold, circular. It feels very wheel of fortune. There's a lot of optimism that you may be having as you look at the big picture of your life. In remembrance, you could be working on alchemizing some part of here's what I'm getting mostly from this, is that you're looking at the big picture as you call in a higher love into your life. Whether you are currently engaging with someone, it feels like love, the experience of love, a higher vision of love is really in the forefront of your mind. It may not resonate with a lot of you, but you are doing big picture thinking around the higher expression of love and remembering that that's a beautiful ideal to have in life. It doesn't mean just romantic love. This is the love that we want to cherish and uphold within ourselves and with others. So this is the reduction or removal of gossip, of drama. A lot of people are being called right now to just step away from people or anything that you feel like you're being pulled into that line of energy. I'm getting that. You're like, I'm all about higher love. I do not want to dwell in anything that's less than that. Interesting. You've got almost like you could be even upholding the higher love in a situation around an individual or around a group of individuals. You're anchoring something and a remembrance, and you're alchemizing maybe some drama going on around you or within you when it comes to the pursuit and expression of this. All right. I'm really going off with my intuition here. That's what I love about these cards. There's just this spirit's tapping you. Remember Capricorn, what love should feel like. Embrace that. There's a lot of shifting landscapes going on, especially around how you perceive love and how you see it, the highest version of it. All right, we'll put those over here. I will be referring to them as we progress, as they apply. Alchemizing. You're trying to look at the big picture of a situation and honoring the balance between giving and receiving. But there's something being spun here that isn't sitting well with you. You have a higher vision for the way you want to express love in your life and the way you want to receive it. Let's see. All right, let's go into the tarot now. These were already pre-shuffled. Show me, Spirit. The moon. Now, I love this card because this is the overall general energy for the second half of the month. This is a humpback whale. And the humpback whale, it can communicate across vast different... Sorry, let me get my words out. The humpback whale can pick up in the slightest changes of frequency, and they can communicate through sonar across vast distances. Let me see if I can do that. So this is a time period to really unlock your intuition and your creativity. Oh, there's my little pooch. I don't know if you're going to see her walking by when you watch this. She's a little restless right now. So, Capricorn, there's something really guiding you at this time that you're really trying to tap into. Moon is always about feeling things on a deep level or something coming to light that was hidden before. So something may be coming to light. I'm seeing these two wolves in the background. Speaking of wolves, I've got a little cute little doggy who looks like a little baby wolf. I'm getting this, the loyalty that you may have to another person and the emotions that you feel for them. And you trying to intuit what's really going on in the big picture of this situation. I feel like you're trying to change a situation. All right, recent past. Ooh, we have the experience of spirit, which is, in this deck, it is the Knight of Wands. And he's on the llama, as you see that llama. This is about being persistent in your pursuit of spiritual expansion in this deck. Being lovingly guided on a journey as you move forward. The Knight of Wands gets a little bit of a bad rep for being like an unreliable energy. If this is someone external to you, they may have come in quickly and left quickly, or it's just an inconsistent energy. But if this is about your energy, this is about your pursuit of expanding yourself around what you believe love to be with these big energies, the big picture of your love life, a lot of you. And what that means to you. You could have some hidden feelings going on. Current energy, introspection of thoughts. This is the Queen of Swords. She's got the magpie right beside her, which is about the duality of light and shadow. As you can see here, black and white. So you're coming into some level of deep understanding about a situation or about a person or about how you feel about a person. Again, we have two magpies here circling around her. So this feels like you're deeply engaging with what is driving you in your spiritual expansion around love. What you don't see coming, and in the near future of the Ace of Cups. No wonder. I felt like there was something going on. Or you could be opening up into a brand new beginning in love. That's what the Ace of Cups usually indicates. And with the fish here, it's about moving through our emotions without judgment. The waves of emotions, as you can see, buffering both the overall general energy and what you don't see coming as deep emotions. Someone's got you in your feels, Capricorn. Let's go deeper. Now I'm going to be pairing these energies with an oracle message these animals are stating to you. So what is this humpback whale saying about your unlocking your intuition and creativity, especially in regards to higher love and the big picture of that in your life? You've been going inward about somebody, Capricorn, the second half of August. I didn't want to go back in. Stay true. The need for validation from others is an illusion. You are not responsible for how others perceive you, but it's your responsibility to stay true to yourself. All right, this looks like it was a deep lesson in a recent experience, Capricorn, that in the end of the day, you have to invoke in your reclamation of power and your resiliency, your authenticity. Okay? Having clarity in that regard. You're feeling something very deeply, and it's about, you may have been seeking validation from another in a situation. It became very complicated to do so because at the end of the day, if you didn't like the way this person perceived you or you were unclear, right, which the moon can be, you're unclear about something and it's making you feel a certain way. This humpback whale is saying that it's not your responsibility to determine how other people are going to view you. You've got to stay true to yourself. Yeah, and that might have been the lesson here. Let's see this Knight of Wands in the recent past. This energy that, if it was external energy, it was not consistent. If this is your energy, this is you really understanding the things that you've called into your recent experience in order for you to grow spiritually, forge a new path. When you make new choices, you create new results. Let go of old patterns and embrace the power of possibility. You're fully supported. Yeah. You could have had a pattern in your life where you're going after things and allowing yourself to experience the illusion of getting caught up in how someone else perceives you, forsaking your own truth. Almost as though you were in the dark about, if you were in the dark about how someone feels about you, and, they were saying one thing and doing another, and you became very confused. I'm getting that you've been trying to change the way you see something. Retrograde energy, I'm kind of encapsulating every reading this batch around knowing that we are in a retrograde where we're being retrospective and we're looking at the events of our lives in the recent months and wondering why did that happen? What was that for? So this was to teach you to stay true to yourself. And that's about you forging a new path, making new choices, letting go of old patterns where you let energies in that were elusive, that you didn't know where you stood. You didn't know where it was going. If anyone's leaving you in this feeling of confusion, you've been probing deeply with the two magpies here, looking at light and shadow, coming to a level of understanding. What are these magpies saying? Queen of Swords. You could have had to put boundaries around this. Let it be. If you need to solve a problem, ask yourself, what is the simplest way to proceed? When you call forth the simplest path, it appears, and vice versa. So your mental energies are telling you, no matter how much you think about the situation or mull it over to make some sense of it, Spirit is saying you need to let it be. Don't let it overconsume your mind. You could be trying to solve a new problem here, but it feels like you're kind of repeating some sort of pattern. They want you to look at the big picture of a higher love. Does this match that? And what you don't see coming is a new beginning in love. Whether you are making changes in a connection to bring things to light and get on the same page and really talk it out about what expectations are there, what intentions are there, what do you see for the future? But Spirit is definitely indicating currently that when it comes to this magpie energy, this duality, this magpie is saying you need to go with the simplest solution here. And ask for it and expect it, okay? What is the simplest way to move forward? So you don't get caught up in over-analysis paralysis, okay? Because that could be part of the pattern here. Overthinking love. Allowing yourself to get involved in situations that there's no clarity. But deep emotions nonetheless. You're being called to let go of old patterns. And you're being fully supported in that as you alchemize in your remembrance of the big picture of what you want love to be in your life. Something has definitely, you've called this into your experience as a mirror. Whatever your recent experience was. What are the fishies saying here that are swimming around your big cup of love? What are these fish saying? Authenticity attracts. Being authentic attracts the right people and repels the wrong ones when you stay true. Yeah, I think what happened is you weren't staying true to yourself in a recent experience. We'll say sometime in the past 6 months. And you learned, okay, I got to stay true to myself. And when you do that, you naturally filter out those who don't align with your path. You could be saying no to somebody in a new beginning right now because it's not going in the direction that feels best for you. But I feel like your hopes have been a bit dashed. You had higher expectations for the situation. But, if it's not true to you, it's not going to work, right? If you've got to completely change yourself for another, it doesn't work. It creates blocked energy. All right, let's clarify these, though. I want to find out a little bit more. I want to shuffle this one, so I'm getting guided to shuffle. King of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. You could even be headed towards something new that you are being cautious around. and you are trying to learn from your past experiences so you do not repeat them. So we have the King of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. So it looks like with these two new aces, all right, you've got a real new investment when it comes to your emotional, heart-filled space. It feels like you've got an opportunity here for love, Capricorn. Whether it's a resurgence of a higher love in a connection or a new person. Oh, this one's hidden in there. That was Virgo's. Sorry, I didn't catch it. I felt like there was one in here. Ooh. Oh. Tower. There's a tower with this moon. There's some things that are coming to light. Wow. You're making some major decisions. Some of you, this feels like a connection to me. It doesn't feel like just a work situation because of the bigger energies you're working with that we started out with. I think what you're realizing is, what does it take to get on the same page with someone when there's a lot of hidden elements? People may be wearing masks or not being true, right? Truly who they are. I think you've been really deeply contemplative about, what is it? I feel like you're having a little bit of a quagmire here in your mind around the difference between staying true to yourself, collaborating with other people, being inspired, but how do you create an opportunity where you feel like you can both, it's like you have these deep emotions, and there's this huge shift going on in how you perceive what's for you and what isn't. I think the biggest shift is around you not feeling like you need validation from other people to feel confident when it comes to love. And that the more you work on validating that within yourself, the easier it's going to be to embrace really coming together and working together as a team. The Three of Pentacles is working with people, having a common vision. And if you've got too much that remains hidden, it's bound to fall apart, right? Whatever remains hidden. I just saw 1717. Look that up. The biggest message of the overall general energy is you've got to stay true to yourself, or why don't I say Virgo? Capricorn. You are not responsible for how others perceive you. And that could be something that you work so hard. At the end of the day, it's draining you. Because people are going to see you the way they see you. If you care so much about that, you're not really going to stay true to yourself. What's this? Forging a new path. Oops. I've got the Sun at the bottom of the deck. You're being enlightened by this recent experience. King of Pentacles. The Devil. Oh boy. Yep. And this is around letting go of old patterns. You may have attached yourself to things that at the end of the day weren't going to be stable for you, but you thought they would be. I think this is a matter of slowing yourself down enough when it comes to collaborating with people, walking with a steady pace, because the King of Wands is the fast energy. It's like, let's do it now. Let's do it yesterday, because I don't have time for that. Because we have the King of Pentacles with the Devil here. Whatever you're trying to build, and whenever you forge these new bonds or these new relationships, in the past, I think that there weren't enough boundaries around going slow enough. So whatever undermines, right? This is being chained to what maybe you get taken advantage of because you create so much stability. You're an earth sign. And whatever you bring to the table, it's almost like you're trying to tame an energy that isn't in alignment with you. I think that's what happened in the past. You were trying to tame something that at the end of the day, it wasn't even in alignment with you. You weren't even on the same page. And things didn't work. And I think that you're still dealing with a situation where your spirit's saying, you got to let it be. You got to let it be. The simplest way, you can overthink it. But the simplest way is to come to terms with what this taught you, the light and the shadow. When it comes to working well with another person, it feels like you're having a strife with someone who came into your life, and you wanted things to work out, but there were so many hidden elements to it. And you might have allowed fear to overwhelm your choices for a little while. And you stopped being true to yourself. Yeah, you're moving on. We have the Queen of Swords. That's holding on to some boundaries and practicing wisdom in your manifestation. You're moving forward in a manifestation, but I feel like you're cutting something out from the past because it just wasn't aligned with you, Capricorn. You've got a higher vision of love, something that matches you, matches your frequency. And the more you're authentic, it will attract new love. You know, don't become someone that isn't you to fit the mold for someone else, to seek validation in that. You're going down the wrong path when you do that. Another ace. You've got a passionate new beginning coming in, Capricorn. I believe a lot of you who are watching this, if you're single, there's a higher love coming in. A higher love. Someone who matches your energy. Yep, what I say, lovers. You've got a new choice. It was sideways. And this is what you don't see coming. You've got a choice coming in. Gemini energy. What it fell out. Knight of Swords. Something has got you stressed out about somebody. Maybe they haven't been forthcoming, or I don't know. It's like you got attached to something that Spirit is saying you got to nurture yourself right now and see the truth of this and ground. It feels like there's some sort of unhealthy energy going on between you and another person that you're trying to move beyond, move past. You're trying to manifest simpler solutions, but you're overthinking things and you're in a state of stress. You go from the 6 of Swords currently to the 9, and you're making this critical decision around love. And Spirit is saying that when you stay true, you naturally filter out those who don't align with your path. So if you're trying to fit something that isn't working, yeah, it's about your healing. Some of you went towards somebody and it didn't work. And no matter how hard you're trying to make it work, it's almost like you two are butt heads. Let's get some advice from Spirit. It feels like the second half, you're currently trying to move past something that got very complicated in the heart. And you're hitting a tower moment with this person around the revelation around, are we on the same page? Can we really work this out? Do we want the same things? And you're like, I honestly don't know, Jenna. Page of Wands, 9 of Pentacles. Some of you at the end of the day, you need to focus on what makes you happy and standing in your own truth, standing in your own energy. 9 of Pentacles is a very independent energy. You have everything you need to stand on your own 2 feet. Queen of Pentacles. We have the King of Pentacles there. Trying to come back into balance in the 3D reality here. You might have gotten carried away in a situation that you're like, oh, nope, this isn't. Yep, 7 of Wands is you needing to hold your boundaries. I feel like you've got a choice that you've made that caused some pain in your heart. And there's some big changes in this. All right. The wheel is turning. Where is it turning? Yeah. You've had some conflicts in your heart around somebody that's new in your life. The Fool. I feel like it didn't get off the ground. You may have been in some sort of situationship that was like up and down, back and forth. And at the end of the day, it's almost like there's so many hidden elements to it. But they were you caught feelings for this person, and now you're upset that you even did, because in the beginning they might have told you, look, I am not looking for anything serious. All right. In the past, because we have this devil, and you're like, no, I'm going to change their mind. Right. Oh, how many times do we do this, y'all? It's a pattern. It's a pattern. Sometimes we go after the things that we want, but at the end of the day, it's not in alignment with our path, with who we are, and with the higher love. Okay? I feel like you got to let go of something to let in something else. And you're stressed about it because you got attached. And at the end of the day, Spirit is saying that it hurts, right? You're trying to make healthier choices. There's some sort of 7 of Cups is the card of illusion and confusion. And Spirit is saying you need to go deep within and nurture yourself right now and ground your energy and come back into balance after dealing with this energy. Okay. I feel like you are manifesting moving away from something. And a lot of it is calming the mind down because you've been in a state of anxiety, some sleepless nights around this connection. I think you want a new beginning, but you're also telling yourself, but I have this and this and this going on, right? There's some sort of shifting landscape going on in your love life and something that's been happening that's unsettling for you, that you know is unhealthy. You may have gotten really attached or obsessed with somebody that at the end of the day isn't even in alignment with you, but you wanted them to choose you. And Spirit is saying when you start to attract an experience where you are needing validation from others, it is an illusion, all right? Because you have a tower on the moon. The moon came out 3 times, all right, from 3 different decks. So whatever heavy influence this is, it's so you can look at the pattern over what the big picture. Is this higher love? Is it? Ask yourself that. Remembering that you can transform any situation. But it requires us to be brave enough to really face whatever pain and heartache that you're experiencing, because you have heartache and you have stress. I feel like what you don't see coming is that the more you stay true to yourself, you will naturally align with the right person. But I feel like you're trying to make someone fit that didn't even fit to begin with. And I've done this, y'all. And you're trying to feel your way through, but no matter which way you turn, it hurts. And I get it. It does hurt. It feels like you're reckoning with the truth of a situation, but your heart was really open and ready for this person. But it feels like something that you would need to give it some space and try not to overthink it. All right. It feels like a complicated situation where you just couldn't get on the same page and things fell apart and things got unhealthy and you're manifesting, right? Make sure you're manifesting from a clear place. And try not to overthink love in your life, okay? It should feel natural, all right? And be careful about romanticizing anything, especially whatever lays in the shadow with this moon energy. Heavy moon energy, okay? You could be dealing with a Cancer that wanted to come out. Activation. Activation with grounded at the bottom of the deck. All right, what is this card of activation? This is the card of 2, which there's been a lot of pairing energy. So you're really learning a lot about unions, what higher love is. It really is when it comes to romantic love, activation, messages from humans discovering fire, Africa. We're now traveling over 1 million years ago to the Lake Turkana region of Africa. While we're going to so far into the past, it is surprisingly easy. I think we all have residual memories of this time period, hence the smoothness of our journey here. We are sitting next to a muscular man. Later, he would be called a species of early Homo erectus. As we watch, he carefully blows on small embers, dry grasses, and twigs to increase a fire's size. He sits back and holds his hands toward the fire to warm them. The discovery of fire will be a game changer for those early humans. It will provide protection from predators, expand their tool-making capabilities, and improve their ability to hunt. Cooking with fire will also kill parasites, reduce the amount of energy required for digestion, and release nutrients. The light and warmth will allow for human activity and interactions to continue when sunset might have required our rest. The activation of fire is transformative. We can feel the emergence of power as the embers glow and the wood sparks. It feels good to be here. The Time Traveler's message. An activation and emergence of a vibrant, radiant energy is occurring in your life. This can be an enthralling and exciting time for you. Just as the warmth of the sun activates a sprout to push through the soil into the light, you are ascending into a time of new discoveries and vast creativity. Ideas that have been incubating within you for a long time are now being activated and moving toward manifestation. This is a great time to start projects. However, just as the sparks of a new flame need to be cupped and protected by the wind as they build, and just as those early vulnerable sprouts need protection from the weather until they grow strong and tall, so do you need to protect your ideas, discoveries, and projects in their infancy. Be careful to whom you tell your thoughts and innovations. Share your ideas only with those who will be supportive. You know what? You are definitely, maybe that's a lot of what this moon energy is about. Like keep your secrets, keep things to yourself. All right. Keep your innermost thoughts to yourself right now as you're moving forward. You are in a very heavy period of manifestation. I do believe that you're moving away from somebody. Okay. And I know it's not easy, Capricorn, when we find ourselves having to stand on our own. But at the end of the day, you have this beautiful activation going on and this big picture thinking around higher love. I think you're alchemizing a lot of pain into power, emotional pain, because of the things that have had to shift and change in your life. When it comes to really working with others, this is about being in alignment with yourself. And the more you do that, the more you're going to experience that outside of you, Capricorn. But I do believe that this is about you grounding in your own energy, moving through this period of emotional upheaval and staying true to yourself as you work through. I feel like there was something that you really, really clung to, that you really wanted with someone, but I feel like there's been stress around it. There's been stress around this new beginning and making it fit. And I do believe that there's something else that's meant for you that will be totally authentic to you and in alignment with you. But if you were trying to be someone you're not, or you're dealing with someone and you're like, well, I wish they would do X, Y, Z, then everything would work, then you know that you're going down the wrong path, okay? So Spirit is saying that you need to forge a new path here and let things be the way they are, and that your authenticity will attract someone new, okay? Through this activation, I feel like you're going through a portal where you've been learning a lot about what you need to be so aligned with you that when it comes to attracting anyone toward you, having the discernment over not trying to make someone fit who doesn't fit, because at the end of the day, it's going to fall apart. And I do believe that that's what your experience has been in the recent past. And you're moving away from that type of patterning. So you don't go through this period of hurt, okay? It's about the choices we make that lead to it. And I think that there's something that was going on in the beginning that you knew. You're like, I'm just going to go with it, even though something in me is telling me maybe this isn't the right thing for me, but I can't help myself. And, these experiences we're going to have in life, we can't chastise ourselves for having them. It's, are you going to learn from it? And do you want to repeat it? And I think that's ultimately you're saying, this is your energy as well. Whatever you're really grounded in that you have to offer people, don't forsake that or overcompensate just to seek validation from another person when you have it within you. Okay? You have it within you. Spirit is saying you are your own resource. Okay? Of stability, of security. But you do have a new beginning, and you got a really important choice whether you want to continue pursuing something that may not be in alignment with you. Okay? At least in your mind, okay? I'm not sure how much you're interacting with this person energetically anymore, but it's something that's still heavily on your mind. I think you're trying to move on from this. And you've been a little bit stressed out about your love life. So hold on to your high ideal, all right? See the bigger picture over what's going to be a good fit for you and what isn't, okay? That's my message. Take care.